Well, he's starting to become a regular on this show, and with reason, because he's got wheels, and his wheels proved to be the winning run tonight, the walk-off winning run for the Bourne Braves over the Falmouth Commodores. Man, Andrew, what was going through your head when you saw that ball go behind the catcher's butt?
All I wanted to do was just kick outside the dirt, and I knew I had a shot to get there. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be near as close as it was, but it was, and I'm kind of glad the dude called me safe. None of us wanted to go to extra innings.
And it's a little cold out here tonight, so I understand. Andrew, I know you weren't in the lineup tonight, but I want to ask you, what is it with this team and the comeback these last few games?
I just think we're all relentless, and I think no matter what, we're always out of the fight, or we're always in the fight, and I'm sorry, I just...
what are you doing with your hands here?
I don't know what to do with my hands. I just don't know what to do with them, so I'm just going to keep them here.
All right, dude.
But yeah, I mean, we're never out of the fight, and I think no matter how many runs they put up on us, we're still going to have a chance to come back and get back in it, and that's what everybody on this team thinks. So I mean, as long as we all have that same mentality, we're never really out of it.
Now, when you have a win like this, the comeback, and then you blow the save, but you come back and win again, it can be the type of game that really turns a team's direction of a season going forward.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys back in first place tonight. Do you think this can be the kind of win that sends you guys into a real hot streak?
Yeah, definitely, and that's a good ball club over there, and beating them in a comeback win, that takes the life out of people, and that's definitely going to get us going, I think, especially coming in this close to the playoffs.
Well, I know it's not a baseball reference, but it's good, Andrew.
Yes,
you were safe at the plate today, and you're safe all the time, it seems like these days. Well, Andrew, thanks for coming on Tomahawk Talk as the Braves take the win over the Falmouth Commodores today. Hey, great job out there again,
yes,
man.
Sir, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, on a chilling night here in Bourne, Massachusetts, the Bourne Braves really warmed up their fans with a big win here over the Falmouth Commodores by a score of 8-7. We had Andrew Fregia on earlier, and he was the winning run and proved that, you know what? Speed kills, and it definitely killed on the base paths. I can't say that word for some reason.
It's cold.
It is cold. But what is it about this Bourne Braves team and comebacks?
I don't know. They've done it a bunch of games in a row. It's hard to describe, but it's been incredibly impressive. And it's fun to be around this team when they're playing like this. Consecutive comebacks of 4 runs, 3 runs, 2 runs, and now it was 4 runs again tonight. I mean, it is so impressive what they've been doing. So many contributors offensively. Lyle Lynn a big hit. Grant Williams a big hit. Lynn had the big hit to get on base in the 9th. They had an insurance run in the 8th that didn't end up being enough insurance, but still the ability to come back once, blow the save, and then win it again. You cannot describe how important it is for this team, and we asked Andrew about it, but sometimes you'll see a team go on and make a deep playoff run or win a championship and something like that, and you look back to a game like this and say, this was where the season turned, because this is a game they could have lost 4 times over, and they took it. It was a huge win, and they're back in first place.
Usually we're talking about pitching matchups and how low scoring the games were, but today it was a pretty high scoring game. I mean, 15 runs crossing the plate for both teams today, and a lot of hits from both offenses. These seem to be the 2 hottest offenses in the Cape League right now, and we've talked about Falmouth before, but let's talk about Bourne's bats. Justin mentioned how good it is to see this team come back and be able to cross these runs over the plate for these big wins over here. But how important is it for the early stages of the game in order to cross those runs early?
Well, it's huge, obviously, but I think you cannot not knock on the fact that the resiliency from this Brave squad has been unbelievable this last week. We saw it a little bit at the beginning of the season, but we didn't see too much of it just simply because the offense wasn't all that prominent, really. It was a pitching game, pitchers duels left and right. It was 2-1, 3-1 kind of victories. But offensively for the Braves, it's kind of been just that one inning. And Blaine, obviously you want to score as early as you can. But for the Braves to be able to put at least one solid inning together, especially when you're down by so many runs, to be able to regain the lead eventually is absolutely massive. And it's clutch hit after clutch hit. And really the thing was, I don't know what it was, frankly, but it was a flip of the switch for the Braves offensively. For the first 5 and third innings it was nothing but poor at-bat after poor at-bat. Guys going down 1, 2, 3. And that was it. But in the middle innings, really, it was just, hey, let's slow down a little bit here. This Falmouth bullpen is not top-notch. They've struggled a lot this summer. They're going to walk you. stay back, take your pitches, work guys on base, and manufacture runs. They did that tonight. They got the big hits when they needed to. The pitching kept them in it when they needed to. And all around, just a big victory for the Braves tonight. And I can't agree with you more, Justin. It's one of those games that you can look back later on and say, that's when it all started.
Well, you take advantage of what's in front of you, and that's what the Bourne offense did. Let's move on to our Players of the Game segment. I'm going to give mine to Lyle Lynn because he took advantage of what was given to him. He went 2 for 5, and he had that 2 RBI single in part of that 5-run inning that we were talking about. Huge game from him, and what a day to have it too. His family's in town, and that's always nice to have that in front of your home crowd and in front of your family too. So Lyle Lynn, you get my Player of the Game.
I'm going to give a tip of the cap to Jamison Hanna. He was outstanding today, got on base 3 times. Actually, the 7 and 8 hitters in the Braves order. Jamison Hanna and Tyler Fitzgerald got on base a combined 6 times. But Hanna scored a couple runs, had a big RBI. So a good day for him. But my Player of the Game is P.J. Poulin. And the reasoning for that is after the Braves blew the 2-run lead in the 9th inning, it's incredible how easy it would have been to get demoralized as a team, frankly, and with Bourne on 2nd and 1 out, let that run score and eventually lose the game. But Poulin came in, struck out Larnach, struck out Bro, and gave the Braves a chance to win the game in the 9th, which they eventually did. So P.J. Poulin's my Player of the Game.
Well, you took my Player of the Game, so I guess I'll give a tip of the cap to P.J. Poulin, but I'll give my Player of the Game to my original tip of the cap, which was Andrew Fregia, who comes through with the walk-off tonight. Really, he only had to do it as a base runner tonight, but speed kills, and it's one of those things that you can use in games like this where guys are trading leads back and forth and really nobody can establish themselves at the plates or on the mound. But when you have speed, you can create things. You have so many more opportunities, and doors like wild pitches start to open and errors start to open up. We saw him steal a base, quickly respond, get up off the bag, and notice the ball in center field, head on down to third. And then he almost called it on the broadcast. He said, now the wild pitch becomes a factor. First pitch gets by Rutschman. Fregia gets his hand just in time. I mean, that's how you do. That's how you play baseball, and that's how you win these kind of games. When you just kind of a slugfest, kind of an ugly game, kind of an eyesore altogether. It's elements like speed and those kind of intangibles that get you the victory. And Andrew Fregia was that intangible tonight.
And the Bourne offense is made up of a lot of fast guys. Not only Fregia, but also you mentioned Hanna and also Richie Palacios, really able to establish those key moments. When there's a pass ball, you can go to third, you can advance to home. If there's a chance to steal, you know that they're going to be able to take that. But thank you for joining us here on Tomahawk Talk. We'll wrap things up here at Dorn Park. We have an off day tomorrow, but we'll be back in action later in the week. He's Kyle Kirchhoff, he's Justin Galanti, and I'm Blaine McCormick. Thank you for watching and have a great evening.